Welcome to the West Quad Gymnasium here at the Brooklyn College campus, where the Brooklyn College Bulldogs will be taking on the Baruch Bearcats. I am Pat Brown along with my partner Austin Santiago, and we're here going to announce this wonderful basketball game between these two tough rooting teams. Have both on 2-game winning streaks, right, Austin?
Yes, sir.
And Brooklyn College, a week and a half ago, they lost a tough game to Hunter. Kind of rocked their boat a little bit, but they got back on the winning track, won the next 2 games, and they want to keep that winning streak going. We'll talk about what's Baruch been doing.
Well, Baruch is also coming off of a 2-game winning streak. I gotta tell you, Pat, there's few things I love more than a good rivalry game, and we are in for a treat tonight. There is so much history between these two teams, both coming off 2 straight wins. You know they're both going to go right for the throat at the start of the game. Now, the Bulldogs had a heartbreaking loss against Hunter, but it was one of those frustrating losses, the one that sticks with you for the rest of the season. They answered back strong with a win against Lehman, and a big win against CSI. At CSI, rallying off for 27 points in the 4th quarter. Now, don't be surprised tonight. The Bulldogs don't want to wait until the 4th quarter tonight. Expect to watch them go back to the original game plan against Baruch, utilize the full court press, and try and end this game early.
And Baruch has a little bit of revenge on their mind because Brooklyn College went to the Arc and really dominated that game, winning 90-51. So I'm sure they want to come back and return the favor, beating Brooklyn on their own home court.
No doubt. Revenge is the dish best served cold, and in basketball, the best way to serve revenge is to beat an opposing team on their home court. But let's transition really quick before we get into this matchup. We're chasing history here tonight, Pat.
Yes, we are.
Because one of Brooklyn's own, Alexandra Mugen, is on the verge of eclipsing 1,000 career points. We are 8 points away from witnessing history at the West Quad.
And there are only 6 other players in the Brooklyn College Bulldog history that have equipped that. So we got Sheila Zephyr, Jacqueline Cavalcante, Justine O'Callahan, Nicole Francomano, and Tiffany Elsie. So Mugen's going to join some elite company.
Absolutely. And everyone here in the West Quad, there's a lot of energy in this building right now. Not only is there a rivalry, but we're on the verge of history. Everything is looking to be a special night here at the West Quad. Also, Brooklyn College wants to defend that CUNYAC title, and they want to get back to where everybody's gunning for them. Right now, Hunter's at the top of the hill. So Brooklyn College, they won here against Hunter. They lost at Hunter, so that's 1-1. So they're looking for a little revenge bringing it to the tournament, but they got to finish out this season. They got to win this game. Then they got to go to John Jay and then Medgar Evers to close out the season. And they want to close out on that winning note, get their nice seed, number 1 and number 2, and then plow through the conference championship and get back to the NCAAs. Absolutely. Being defending champs, you always have a target on your back. The Bulldogs are looking to finish strong, and it starts here.
So we're getting ready to do the national anthem. We're here at the West Quad Gymnasium as the Brooklyn College Bulldogs will be taking on the Baruch Bearcats. Just give you the officials for tonight's game. You have the head official, Bernard Myers. You have Jorge Martinez and Megan Dowman. So they're going to turn the action to the court side as they're going to have the playing of the national anthem. Again, this is Pat Brown along with Austin Santiago. This is Brooklyn College Bulldogs on YouTube live. And there you have the playing of our national anthem. Let's get right to the starting lineups for tonight's ball game. For the Baruch College Bearcats, you have the 5'3" sophomore guard from Strissing Mountain, Pine Plains, New York, number 1, Francis Snyder. You have the 5'10" freshman forward from the Brooklyn Latin School, New York, number 15, Mally Eberhardt. You have the 5'3" freshman guard from Scranton Prep, Pennsylvania, Staten Island, New York, number 20, Samantha Jenko. The 5'6" sophomore guard from Notre Dame Academy, Staten Island, number 25, Melinda Spahu. And the 5'6" freshman forward from Long Beach High School, Long Beach, New York, number 40, Kaitlin Rivera. For your Brooklyn College Bulldogs, you have the 5'5" fresh sophomore guard from Maspeth, Elmhurst, New York, number 2, Michelle Pena. The Brooklyn, New York Midwood High School alum, 5'10" senior guard, number 4, Alexandra Mugen. Number 15, Grace Martinez Espina, the 5'3" senior guard from Kellingburg, Freeport, New York. Number 22, Taylor George, a sophomore 5-foot guard from Whitehall High School, Whitehall, Pennsylvania. And the 5'9" sophomore forward from Leon M. Goldstein High School in Brooklyn, number 33, Chanel Jamat. And right away, we want to see that high energy from the Brooklyn College Bulldogs. And Coach Lang, he says they get after in practice, and he says transition is the key. Pressure on the basketball, force the turnovers, get the running game going, and put them points up early.
Exactly. They want to shut the door on this game early. They will do that by utilizing the full court press, which they've been doing so well this season, especially against Baruch College. They know the game plan, and they know 3 straight. It's on their minds. It's a great feeling to win 3 in a row, but don't doubt that Baruch is going to make them work for it.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. Listen, what you say, when rivalries come, it doesn't matter what the record is. How are you going to play that rivalry game? It's got to be high intensity. It's got to be high pressure situations. You got to take care of the basketball. You got to play strong, help defense, and then you got to get that running game going. Spahu for the Bearcats, she is their leading scorer with 15.9 points, and then behind her, Samantha Jenko at 9. So you're going to contain that. And, of course, you have the 2-time CUNYAC Player of the Week, Chanel Jamat. She's leading the team with 15.4 points a game. And Alexandra Mugen, of course, 8 points away from 1,000 for the career. She's at 13.5.
Absolutely. Now, of course, there's 5 on a court on a time for each team. But watch out for that terrible twosome of Jamat and Mugen.
So we're just getting ready for the tap. You have Jamat and Spahu to hit the tip. And there's a tip, and it's taken by Baruch. Spahu has it. Now she's driving it, gets it to Jenko. Jenko guarded by George. She's down on the right wing. George right on the tail and knocks the ball away, but it's off of George last, so Baruch will maintain. Good defensive pressure there by George.
Brooklyn coming out aggressive on defense early, as they should.
Snyder gets it in and stolen right away by George. Puts the layup up and in.
There you go, record time. And we go right back to the full court press as they were utilizing the last time these two teams matched up.
And they finally break it, goes right down the middle of the court, gets it over to 15. Spahu puts the shot up and banks it in. That was number 40, Rivera, so it's tied at 2. Pena over to Espina. Espina cross court to George. George for 3. No good. And offensive rebound by Mugen. Gets it over to Pena now, top of the key.
Brooklyn doing their best to control the tempo early, pushing the pace.
Cross court to George. George down low to Mugen. Mugen down the baseline to Espina. Espina over to Pena. Pena over to George. George, nope. Off the dribble. Puts it up. And no good. We have a foul on Baruch. That is number 40. That is Rivera. That's her first.
That was great patience showed there by Espina. Thought about taking the 3. Figured she had a better shot in the lane. Used a great pump fake to create 2 foul shots for herself.
So it's going to be Taylor George shooting 2. First shot's up and no good, too short. And she hits the second one. So it's 3-2 Brooklyn, and right away they go to the press.
Expect to see this all night from Brooklyn. Aggressive press play.
Baruch doing a good job, beating and putting it up. Good Good job by Baruch, pressing the issue, breaking the press. They're up 4-3. Pena over to George. George over to Jamat. Jamat at the foul line. Puts it up but misses. And rebounded by Mugen. Mugen gets it to Espina for 3. No good. And number 1, Snyder gets a rebound. And stolen by George again. Dribbles it. And Pena holds it. Gets it to Mugen. Mugen for 3. Bang! 5 points away from 1,000.
5 points from history for Mugen and 2 steals in short order for George.
So now it's Snyder. 3 steals by George.
We're about to be 3 points from 1,000.
And it is 3 points away for Miss Mugen. Trapped in the corner. Gets it up. That is 15. Eberhardt and blocked. And Pena scrambles, gets it, and it's going to be a jump ball. Possession will be Brooklyn.
I'll tell you what, Mugen's really taking the suspense out of waiting for 1,000 points. Not going to wait for it. No dramatic moments here.
Hey, why not get it out the way, right?
Well, the way she's been playing this season, just another night at the office for Mugen.
It. So Brooklyn's up 8-4. 7 minutes, 40 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Pena's bringing it up top of the key. Over to Espina on the right wing. Over to Mugen, top of the key.
She wants it right now.
There it is, ladies. She has 1,000 points.
1,000 points for Mugen. The bench coming to congratulate her rightfully so. You knew she was shooting that ball as soon as she got it.
Oh, yeah. She was like, oh, I'm not going to wait. I'm feeling it, and she knocked it down.
Amazing.
Congratulations, Alexandra Mugen, for 1,000 points in her career.
And a hug from her mother there on the sidelines. A beautiful moment here at the West Quad. Nothing quite like history being made.
Woo! It's wonderful, wonderful. We saw history being made at the West Quad Gymnasium. Brooklyn College, Alexandra Mugen, number 7 on the list of 1,000-point scorers.
Wow, look at that.
Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. A nice picture of Alexandra Mugen. They could present it to her. Wonderful. And I must give myself a plug. She graduated from my alma mater, Midwood High School.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Hey, small world. I'll tell you what. This is an incredible moment. Congratulations to Alexandra Mugen. She's been playing great all season. Not just all season, an entire career of excellent basketball being played, and she deserves every second of this moment with her team.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does, Austin. So right away, Brooklyn College has ran off to an 11-4 lead, and Alexandra Mugen has 8 of those 11 points with 7:31 left to go in the first quarter.
And after all of that fanfare, we still have a whole game to play.
Yes, we do. And guess what? Mugen is not finished yet. So back to the full court press. And gets it to Eberhardt. Eberhardt brings it down. Gets it to 20, Jenko. Jenko hounded by George. Giving it 25, Spahu. Now she's over top of the key to Jenko. Jenko blocked by Jamat. Goes baseline, up to number 2, misses, but Jamat gets the rebound.
Managed to get the numbers there at the bottom.
Good job by Jamat. Pulling it back, getting it to Pena. Now over to Espina. Espina cross court to George. George for 3. No good. And offensive rebound by Espina. A fresh 30. Back to the top of the key to Pena. Pena playing Jamat to the foul line. Now to Espina. Espina to Jamat. Jamat down to Espina. Espina over to Pena. Pena now holding down low to Jamat. Turns, double team, turns again, and we have 3-second violation. Jamat had to get rid of the ball, did not. Good defense there on the double team by Baruch.
A little bit too much of a good thing there. Really good ball movement, but nothing formulated from it, forcing a 3 seconds.
So Zerpolo has it now to Spahu. Spahu over to Keitlin, and we got a foul by Pena. A reaching foul on Pena. That's her first. Team's first. She went for the steal, just didn't get there in time.
Now the Bulldogs need to be careful working the full court press, the equivalent of blitzing in football. You're going to pressure, but someone's always open.
Yes, and Baruch's done a good job of breaking it. 5 seconds, and they finally get it into Spahu. Sorry, that's Eberhardt. Now Spahu has it. Over to Eberhardt. Now over to Zipolo. Zipolo now to Spahu. Oh, almost thrown away, but she pulls it back out. Spahu guarded by Pena. Off the dribble. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Gets it to number 40, Rivera, and she knocks it down from the baseline.
Way to make that with a hand in her face.
11-6. Now Espina has it. Cross court to Mugen. Mugen for 3. No good. Rebounded by Eberhardt. Gets it to Spahu. Spahu off the dribble. Spin move into the paint. Puts it up. No good. Rebound by Jamat. Jamat now taking it. Going down the middle. Gets it over to George. George. Oh! Makes a nice move. Puts up the shot and in.
That was a great fake there by George, being patient on the perimeter. We've seen her do that a couple of times tonight.
Now it's 2-on-1. And good job as Rivera puts it in. So it's now 13-8. Brooklyn College up. Brooklyn College, their press is not working against Baruch. Baruch is doing a good job of breaking it very easily. Now Baruch goes into a 2-3 zone. Now George into Jamat. Jamat to Mugen. Mugen, no good. And
oh, they mishandled it. And it's a jump ball.
And it's going to be Baruch possession as possession arrow goes to Baruch. But Mugen right away in there.
A very well drawn up play by the Bulldogs there. Just couldn't finish it. Got rimmed out by the back iron.
So now Hanchin comes in and Trembone comes in for Pena and Espina.
And we see Brooklyn not using the press on this defensive possession, switching it up.
So now it is, and we got jump ball in Brooklyn. George on her 4th steal of the first quarter.
George is an absolute Rottweiler on defense tonight. Don't let her size fool you. She is aggressive, and she's letting Baruch know she's going to be in their face all night.
Now Trembone gets it to George. George on the right wing. Spots to Hanchin. Hanchin at the foul line. She puts up the left foot shot. No good. Rebounded by Spahu. Now she's on the run down the right side. Now she pulls up, goes baseline, puts it up and in. Nice move by Spahu.
Way to split the defense there by Spahu.
Now it's 13-10. George for 3. No good. Air ball. Rebounded by Zipolo. Zipolo now down the middle. And she puts it up. No good. Rebounded by Hanchin. Hanchin now comes down the right side, left side, sorry.
Brooklyn trying to push the pace here.
Trembone has it. Now to Mugen. Mugen. Oh, nice move. Baseline and in. Woo-hoo.
A beautiful move there by Mugen. Hey, they might have to double team her the way she's scoring tonight.
So now Baruch comes up. Spahu on the right wing. Gets it to Zipolo. Zipolo now on the right wing. Split over to one Snyder. Top of the key. Over to 20. That's Kaitlyn Rivera with the shot and make.
Danger from that mid-range is Rivera.
15-12. George passes up the 3. Down low to Jamat.
Great look.
Puts it up and in. Jamat.
Using that size advantage. Great finish there by Jamat.
Snyder now brings it up. Top of the key. Goes now to the right side. Off the dribble, picked by 40 Rivera. Now she goes, drives, Rivera has it, over to Spahu. Drives baseline, guarded by Hanchin. Good job, double team. And knocked out of bounds by Trembone. It's going to stay Baruch ball with 12 seconds left to go on the shot clock. And substitutions coming in now. Espina and Tytler comes in.
Notice how Brooklyn has abandoned the full court press. They've realized it just wasn't working out for them. They've moved into a zone defense.
Now Millie Yee comes in for Baruch. Now Spahu has her on the right wing. Drives. Spin move into the double team. No good. Good job by Hanchin on the double team. Now Mugen brings it on the right side. Holds it. Cross court to Espina. Espina for 3. Too hard. Rebound by Hanchin. And we got a foul on. We'll see who it is because she was double teamed. Looks like it's number 13. Yep, number 13, that's Millie Yee. That's her first foul. Team second of the first quarter.
We hear Baruch head coach Michael Kotrozos yelling from the sideline, telling his team to rebound. He did not like that foul.
Hanchin misses the first free throw. 2:43 left to go in the first quarter. Brooklyn up 17-12. Hanchin puts up the second one and knocks it down. So it's 18-12. Snyder now brings it to the middle of the court. Guarded by Trembone. Now off the dribble, gets it to Rivera. No good. Rebounded by Trembone. Trembone now presses. Over to Mugen. Mugen spots up three. Bang!
It's incredible how Mugen is able to use her superior length to shoot over her defenders, and so accurate as well, consistent with her three.
She's feeling it. Spahu now, spin move into the paint, pull up, and knocks it down.
Hop step there.
21-14, Brooklyn's up. 2 minutes left to go in the first. Now Spina to Hanchin at the foul line, and no good. Rebounded by Baruch, gets it to Snyder. Snyder to 13. Oh, it's a turnover. Number 13, Yee could not handle the pass. And now we have another substitution for Baruch as Yee comes out, and number 12 comes in for Baruch, and that is Mishi. Trembone now brings the ball up, gets it to Hanchin at the foul line. Now she puts a shot up, and no good, and deflected out of bounds by Espina. So it's going to be Baruch ball.
Way to finish that possession off defensively for Brooklyn, not letting them get any advantage on the other side of the court.
Alexandra Muga's going to take a rest right now as George comes back in.
A well-deserved rest for Alexandra Muga.
Yes, indeed. George almost gets the steal again on Snyder. Now gets it to Spahu on the right wing. Double teamed. Nice move. Baseline. Now over to Snyder. No good. Rebounded. Blocked. Oh, I thought that was a clean block by Tyler.
It looked clean from up here.
But they're going to call her for her first foul.
Notice how difficult Brooklyn is making it for Baruch to score down low. Brooklyn has superior size and height over this team, and they're really exploiting that so far in this game.
Yes, they are. First foul shot up and good. That's Mishi's first points. It's now 21-15 with 1:15 left to go in the first quarter. Second shot's up and good. Hanchin gets it to Trembone. Trembone now puts it up in the 2-3. George back to Trembone. Trembone down low to Hanchin. Pass it up. No good. Rebound by Tyler. Another offensive rebound. Now Trembone for three. No good. Same team. Oh!
Miscommunication.
Yes,
there.
It was. Spahu now coming down on the left side. Gives it to the corner to Snyder. Snyder brings it back up to the top of the key. Down low to 15, Eberhart. Baseline to Spahu. Spahu to Rivera. No good. Rebounded by Hanchin. Hanchin now to Trembone. Trembone over to Espina for three. No good. Too hard. Rebound by Eberhart.
Brooklyn College just needs to calm down when they get those open opportunities. Set your feet. Get your feet under your shoulders. Take your time.
Shot clock is off. 17 seconds left. Now it's Eberhart over to Spahu. Spahu now calling with 10 seconds. Guarded by Tyler. Goes baseline. Oh, she runs into a triple team. A three-pointer. No good. And it's going to be end of the quarter. It's going to end on a jump ball, but time expired. That's the end of the first quarter. It's Brooklyn 21, Baruch 16.
Well, what we saw in that first quarter was Brooklyn mix up the defensive strategy for a bit. They utilized the full court press the last time these two teams met. It seemed to work better then. Baruch came ready for that. They broke it easily and seemed to be scoring at will. That's the risk of a full court press.
Yes,
on the other side of the court, they decided to switch it up, and they've done a better job of bullying them down low and not letting them score as easy. Need to be able to draw their players off the perimeter, especially players like Rivera, to draw her off the elbow and avoid those shots that she's so comfortable with.
And what's happening is Baruch is taking advantage of over-aggressive, collapsing Brooklyn College defense, which you want them to help defense, but you got to maintain, like you said, on that elbow and off on that wing. You got to pay attention because they're looping around as you collapse. Somebody's sliding out, and that's where they're getting the open shots from. And Rivera's knocking them down so far.
I'll tell you, someone who's got the defensive strategy down is Taylor George. Are you kidding me? 4 steals in the first. I know tonight's about Alexandra Mugen reaching 1,000 points, but at this rate, we might have to do some research and figure out what the all-time steals in a game record is.
Yeah, because 4 in the first quarter, I mean, you know, and she's just hounding whoever has the ball. She's putting that pressure on them, making sure that they do not have an easy time bringing the ball up the court.
You're getting a prime example of why she leads the team in steals with 3 a game.
So we're going to start the second quarter. And I believe Baruch is going to start with the ball. And they will. So here we go with the start of the second quarter. Into Snyder. Snyder guarded by Trembone. She's now on the right wing. And almost lost the handle and lost it again out of bounds. Last touch by Trembone. I thought it wasn't, but hey, they got a better view than I do. Snyder to inbounds. She gets it to, stolen by George again. Number 5 layup.
Oh, no.
Good. Oh, she missed the layup, but another steal.
Brooklyn maintains possession. That's got to be frustrating. You know, she did half the job. A great steal in the same exact way from her first steal of the game.
So inbounding, Trembone gets it to Hanchin.
Dangerous pass.
Yes, it was, but she pulled it down. Espina now to Trembone. Trembone comes back to the top of the key, running the offense. Gets it over to Espina. Espina cross court to George. George to Hanchin. Hanchin to Jamat. And nice scoop, and no good. But offensive rebound by George. She pulls it back out to Trembone. Trembone pulls it back to the top of the key. Over to Espina. Espina dribbles, 3-point shot. And banked it in!
She didn't call bank, but last time I checked, the bank's open on Tuesday, right?
Oh, yes. And she made a deposit. So now Baruch comes out. It's now 20 Jenko over to 15 Eberhardt. Eberhardt up to 12. That is Zapolo. And almost stolen by George again. Now it's Spahu with a shot. No good. Rebounded by 20. That is Jenko. Back to Spahu. Spahu spin move.
Great defense by Brooklyn. Way to stay with it with a good poke out of the ball there. A no call.
Yeah, but George was a little bit out of control on that when she had Espina on the wing. She could have passed it to her.
Well, they're called fast breaks for a reason. You got to think on your feet, be patient, don't panic.
So now they inbound it to Espina. Espina to Hanchin at the foul line. No good. And knocked out of bounds by Baruch.
Oh,
whoa, that looked like it was out of bounds on Baruch. But they give it to them. And they're going to have it. And now we have substitutions as Pena and Mugen comes back in for Espina and Trembone.
One basket away from making this a double-digit deficit.
Snyder now gets it to Jenko. Jenko now Brooklyn College in the 2-3 zone. Oh, down to the left. Eberhardt puts it up and in. Ooh. Nice pass and shot.
Great vision there.
24-18. Brooklyn College up. Pena gets it down low to Jamat. Spin move, puts it up and in. Nice dish and swish.
Channeling her inner Tim Duncan there is Jamat with that finish.
Spahu now on the wing. Pulls it back out. Gets it over to Jenko. Jenko back to Zapolo. Foul shot made, and Pena takes it away. Gets it up to George. George. Oh! She got elbowed in the top of the head, and it's going to be a foul. That's going to be on number 20.
So hard to keep control on a fast break like that when you know you have numbers to keep your composure. They make it look easy, but it isn't.
That's the one thing with George is she moves so fast, and sometimes she's a little bit out of control. She knocks down the first foul shot, though. They're
only 5 feet tall. Taylor George represents the embodiment of a bulldog. maybe not the biggest in size, but a lot of fight, a lot of grittiness, a lot of toughness.
True. And she knocks down the second foul shot. So now it's 28-12, Brooklyn up 16. Now it's over to Jenko. Jenko guarded by George.
Oh.
Now over to Snyder. And we got timeout called by head coach Kotroposos.
A little frustration there on the Baruch bench. A little, obviously didn't like what they saw. Some miscommunication out there, not sure where they want to go. Brooklyn might have them on their toes. They're up 10. You know they smell blood in the water, and they're going for the kill.
Well, right now, what Baruch is going to have to figure out now is how to break this 2-3 zone, because right now, Brooklyn College does not want them to take anything interior, so they're going to force them to shoot outside and look to get some long rebounds and get that running game going.
And this is what makes the Bulldogs team so good, is that even though the full court press didn't work, they didn't panic, they just went to something else, and it's working out perfectly.
And that's a credit to Coach Lang, because he wants them to be multifaceted. They don't want to be one-dimensional. You want to make sure that every facet of your game is tight and secure.
And that's how you make a championship team.
So they inbound it to Spahu. Spahu down to Rivera. Rivera back to Spahu. Spahu at the right wing. Now top of the key over to Zipolo. Zipolo now to Iboha. Down low to Rivera. Guarded by Jamat. Now 5 on the shot clock. Snyder puts up a long 3. No good. And rebounded by
Mugen.
Pena to Jamat. Oh, nice hands. Knocked away. Jamat looked to have an easy basket, but good job by number 20, Jenko, to slap it away.
That was a good look, but great defense.
7:05 left to go in the first half. Brooklyn up by 10. Now Hanchin over to Pena.
Mugen calling for it.
Hanchin drives, put it up, blocked, but has the rebound. Jamat has it, stripped away, but George gets it to Mugen. Mugen to Pena. Pena for 3. It's good!
Bottom of the net. Made it look easy. A patient possession there by the Bulldogs.
Now in the 2-3. Almost stolen away. And we got a foul on George.
Oh, well, guess who? George is everywhere on the court. Got to be watching your back if you're wearing a blue uniform.
Yep. That's our first foul. Team's first. So Baruch to inbound under the basket. And gets it to the corner by Snyder. Snyder now brings it up to Zipolo. Zipolo back to Snyder. Snyder back to Zipolo. She spins back to Snyder. Snyder's shot is good. Nice shot by Snyder from the wing. Now Pena puts it up from the foul line. Air ball, but Jamat gets it. Puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Hanchin. Hanchin to back, and good. So it went from Pena to Mugen to Hanchin and in.
Like a symphony. What great movement there by the Bulldogs.
Now cutting to the basket, blocked by Jamat and taken away by Mugen. Now Mugen comes right side to George. George to Jamat. Jamat puts it up. No good. Good defense by Baruch.
No call there.
And travel!
Oh, a travel violation. They might have been surprised by the no call.
Zipolo went zippity-doo-dah, forgot to bounce the ball.
And I like what the Bulldogs are doing. They've been so efficient from 3 on offense, so they fake it a lot. They've been faking it often, making them jump, and Baruch's going to fall for it every time.
So now Pena's going to take the ball under the basket to inbound. Tytler's in for Brooklyn. Jamat to Mugen. Mugen for 3. No good. Rebounded by Zipolo. She brings it out on the left side. Now back to the middle of the court. Now it's to Jenko for 3. No good. Rebounded by Mugen. Mugen now, she turns around. She's bringing the ball up court. Down the middle. Over to George. Back to Mugen. Over to Pena. Pena for 3. No good.
Still not good.
So it's Jenko with the rebound. Up to Iboha. Puts it up and in. Baruch running and gunning right now. It's now 33-22.
Baruch changing their offensive pace.
Mugen gets the foul call on number 40, Rivera. That's her second.
We've seen Baruch, they're trying to change their offensive pace. As you said, running and gunning it more. It's worked the last couple of possessions, but if it's going to mean anything, they got to find a way to contain the Bulldogs on the defensive end.
And right now, Brooklyn's doing a good job of pressing, but now they have to finish.
Exactly. Moving at the line.
First foul shot's good.
Takes a friendly bounce.
That's that home rim bounce. So Martinez comes in for Jamat. And Espina comes in for Pena. Mugen, second shot is good.
2 for 2 from the line for Mugen.
And now they're back to the full court press. Spahu up to Jenko. Jenko 2-on-1. Rivera puts it up and in. There they go. Easily broken again.
I find it very interesting that the Bulldogs went back to the press on that position. On that possession, rather. Ooh.
Oh, nice block by Zerpolo on Espina.
Almost sent that one out to Flatbush Avenue.
That is surprising that they went back to the full court press. I think they were making them work harder without the press, going half court defense.
Again, I think they've become over aggressive. They know they have the lead. They want to finish it right now.
George into the key, over to Trembone. Trembone back to George. George for three. Bang!
There goes George.
Knocks it down.
She was due for one, and we're back to the press again. Very interesting strategy here.
And Spaho to Zerpolo, and there they go. Easily broken again. I think Brooklyn should stay away from the press. Stolen away as a bad pass.
And now they're rushing.
Down low to Zerpolo. Zerpolo top of the key. Now back to Rivera on the wing. Down low to Spahu. Spahu spins. She fell down on her own, off her leg, and out of bounds. Brooklyn ball. 3:51 left to go. Brooklyn's up 38-26. Trembone now is going to bring the ball up. She's going to go to the left side. And now Baruch's extending the defense now. Trembone off the dribble. Over to Espina. Espina drives. Oh! Almost stolen away by Spahu. Bad cross-court pass by Espina, telegraphed. So 15 on the shot clock for Brooklyn.
And you slowly feel Baruch starting to take momentum from the Bulldogs.
Chipping away. Got to get the ball in.
Oh,
to Espina, wide open and in.
Laps.
Now back to the press. Oh, almost stolen by George. That time the press almost works.
Almost.
Almost it only counts in horseshoes.
That's true. I've never played horseshoes.
Neither did I. So it is Jenko guarded by George, top of the key. George has 5 steals in the half. Now Snyder, top of the key, gets it over to Zerpolo. Zerpolo guarded by Mugen. She's on the wing. Now gets it to Spahu. Drives. Now to Rivera. Loses the handle. Picks it up. And Tytler gets the steal. Holds it. Gets it to Trembone.
Tytler saw that one coming.
Trembone to Espina. She dribbles. And she's fouled by Rivera. And that's Rivera's 3rd foul of the half. So she's eventually going to have to sit down.
And I'm very curious to see what defensive strategy Brooklyn goes to after these free throws.
I think he's going to stay with the press. He's done it the last 3 times after a score, so I don't know. And Espina misses the first shot. And now we have Mugen and Tytler coming out. Hanchin and Jamat come in. 2:55 left to go in the half. Brooklyn's up 40-26. Espina knocks down the second shot. 41-26.
And we're now back to the press.
And now Baruch. Triple team. Now it's stolen. And it's going to be a jump ball possession. Brooklyn.
Well, there we go. I guess if you try something enough times, it will have to work eventually.
And now number 2, Michelle Pena, comes in for Trembone. So George gets it to Pena. Pena now is going to run the offense, I should say, over to Espina. Espina cross court to George. George cross court to Espina. Espina for three. In and out. Rebounded by Jenko. Jenko now brings it up the right side. Picked up by George. Now over to Spahu. Guarded by Espina. Spin move. Gets it up to Rivera. Shot. No good. Rebounded. And we got a jump ball. It's going to stay Baruch ball as Rivera pulled it away from Pena. That's a mismatch right there.
That is indeed a mismatch.
So Baruch will inbound. 29 seconds left to go on the shot clock. 2:19 and a half. Gets it to Zerpolo. Zerpolo up to Spahu. Spahu now gets it up. Almost stolen by George again. Jenko, good help defense. Spahu now to Zerpolo. Puts it up and no good. Rebound by Jamat. Jamat now turns it and goes to Espina. Espina. Tries to get it to George. George saved it, but right to Baruch.
Sometimes it just isn't worth saving, and that's exactly why.
So now top of the key to Spahu. Spahu over to Jenko for three, and she knocks it down.
So Baruch not going down without a fight here.
41-29 as Pena has it. 1:30 left to go. Pena cross court to George. George back to Pena, top of the key. Now to Jamat on the block. Jamat triple team. Now over to George. George drives into the lane. Puts it up, and we have, what do we have? We're going to find out. We have a foul on number 1, Snyder. That's her first. That's the team's fourth. So now Mugen's going to come back in for Espina. And Jamat has.
And there's George. She's shooting that.
No good, but rebounded by Pena. Slow it up. And Hanchin shoots. No good. Rebounded by Spahu. I would have ran time off the clock on that possession after the offensive rebound.
Absolutely. Bulldogs want to get out of this quarter right now. Baruch is slowly starting to come alive.
And it's going to be backcourt. It should be backcourt. Nobody touched the ball. What?
I think that ball was tipped by George.
Okay. And George with the sixth steal. She misses it and fouled by Mugen.
2 quick fouls on Mugen. That's not good.
George, again, see what I'm talking about? She has such amount of speed, but she just can't get it under control to finish enough.
That's true, and that's got to be frustrating. You can see the frustration on her face right now. She's doing so well. She just wants to have some points to show for it.
Yep. 6 steals in the first half. Now it's Rivera, top of the key. Guarded by Jamat. Now over to Zerpolo. Down low to Spahu. Nice inbound pass and shot up. So 31 points now.
Brooklyn needs to drain some clock here. Head into halftime with a double-digit lead.
And Hanchin gets it to George. George with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Hanchin puts it up. No good. Rebounded by Jamat. He puts it up and in.
Persistent rebounding by the Bulldogs.
So now 8 seconds on the shot clock. Baruch has the last shot. Now Spahu has 4, 3, 2. She takes the 3. No good. That's the end of the half. So at the end of the first half, it's Brooklyn 43 and Baruch 31. So a very interesting and entertaining first half. Right, Austin?
Absolutely. A lot of action to go about there. Some great play by the Bulldogs, but also some frustrating play. I've said this before. What do you think? And I'll ask this of my broadcaster, Pat Brown. Pat,
yes.
What do you think the definition of do you happen to know the definition of the word insanity?
Insanity is doing the same thing, expecting to get different results.
Exactly, but you don't often get those results. That's what makes it insane, and that's my logic here. If you're the Bulldogs, why do we keep going back to the full court press. It hasn't worked. Taylor George has 6 steals tonight, and none of them came off of a full court press. You have Taylor George, who has 6 steals off of just solid defensive play. I say let the Bulldogs go down and wait for the ball to come to them. Make Baruch work harder to score, and I think this win will come easy if they continue to do that.
Well, I'll say this, right? I understand a little bit what Coach Lang is trying to do. He's trying to frustrate Baruch and trying to get them off balance by switching up defense. He's going to the full court press. He's going to the half court. He's going to 2-3. So he's trying to mix it up and trying to give Baruch different looks to try and throw them off. Now, you're right. For the majority of that first half, the full court press was not working. But toward the end of that second quarter, the full press did work. They got 6 points off of it. So he's mixing and matching. What you want to see the Bulldogs do is you want to see them finish. They've been, like you said, George has 6 steals. She hasn't been able to put it away. They're kind of rushing the offense a little bit. They're getting the running game going. That's good. They're getting defensive pressure. That's good. But now you want to finish. It should be a bigger lead now than it is right now, but you gave up some easy baskets along the way.
Exactly. And that brings me to my next point. If you're the Bulldogs, you have to slow down. Being fast is great. It might get you a lead early, but right now you are up by almost 10 points. You need to slow down, control the pace of the game. You have the lead already, because right now Baruch is in the locker room and they think they still have a chance to win this game.
Oh, most definitely. And they should feel that way because, one, they've broken the press relatively easy and gotten some easy layups. Number 2, even though the defense has been sucked down, they've been able to hit those mid-range jumpers, and they've kept Spahu off the boards, but really Rivera and Jenko has been doing a job offensively for Baruch that they did not do in that first game at the Arc. So coming out in the second half, you're going to see a little different. I think you're going to see Spahu get into the offense, Baruch, a little more. I think you're going to see them spread the offense around a little more, setting some screens, getting some people in motion, trying to circumvent what Brooklyn's doing defensively. For Brooklyn, I think you hit the nail on the head. Slow it down. Yes, you're a very fast team. Yes, you're a very pressure team. You're pressure-oriented, but sometimes you got to slow it down and let your offense work for you.
Exactly. Not every game can be again like that Lehman game. Sometimes not everything is going to fall, and that's why you need to slow up the pace.
So we got the stats here for the first half. Brooklyn is shooting 33.3% from the field, and look at this. Baruch is shooting 45.2%, and that is really, really telling because usually Brooklyn College does not give up anything over 35% in shooting.
It shows the effectiveness or lack of effectiveness of the full court press so far in this game. Take a quick look at the three-point percentage. Brooklyn College has taken 18 threes this game.
Well, that's relatively what they do. 6 of 18, 33%. They're 38% for the season, so that's right around their average. And rebounded, they out-rebounded them 28-18. But look at this, 15 offensive rebounds for Brooklyn College, hence why they have this 12-point lead.
Exactly. The size difference is obvious between these two teams. And so far, Brooklyn College has done a great job of utilizing their length and their superior height under the basket and on defense.
Yes, they have. So let's see who's leading the team. You got Alexander Mugen with 15 points. You have Taylor George with 10 points. You got Espina and Jamat with 6 points each. And leading the Baruch is Spahu with 6, along with Caitlin Rivera with 6, and Natalie Ebelhart with 6 as well. So right away, what you're going to see, I think, is, like I said, you're going to see Spahu getting involved in the offense a little more. I think you're going to spread their offense out, trying to get those mid-range jumpers, get Rivera hot again, and you're going to see them try to manipulate Brooklyn's defense to do what they want them to do. What Brooklyn's going to have to do is, I think you don't come out in the press right away. I think you throw the press at them sporadically, trying to just throw them off. But I think the 2-3 zone works, and I think the man-to-man is working, especially with George and Pena hounding the ball carrier at the top of the key.
Yeah, the numbers speak for themselves. The full court press has its moments, but you have great defenders on your team, of course, like Taylor George. And on the offensive end, I think Brooklyn needs to utilize that height advantage even more, using players like Kelly Teitler. Use her superior size, have her abuse the paint, and Mugen on the perimeter with her superior length to shoot over defenders. Height and consistency is going to win this game.
And consistency, I think, is the key. Both offensively and defensively for the Bulldogs. You want to keep the pressure on. You want to make sure that you finish. I think that's the word for the rest of the game, finish. You got to finish what you start. If you're going to get a steal, you want to finish with the layup. If you're going to get defensive pressure, you want to finish with getting a rebound. So I think finish is the key, and we're going to be back with the second half after we take this short break. You're listening to Brooklyn College Bulldogs on YouTube. I'm Pat Brown along with Austin Santiago. We'll be back with the start of the second half in a short while.
Like I told you, man, I'm going to set you up, let you roll. That's a nice flow, right? Yeah, I like it too. Yeah. Hey, the cheerleaders finished what? Third in the nationals or something like that? Okay. Hey Joe, what did the cheerleaders finish in their national tournament? They finished third? I don't remember. It was on the website when I was, scanning. Go back over 2 minutes. I guess that's a program that they're assisting from high school. I guess. I don't know. Collaboration with a high school team, something like that. Yeah.
Good to see you again, Austin. You again. How you doing?
Yeah. What's up, John? How you doing, man? Going good. Going good. Start PT and, I'll be crying and screaming and all that stuff. It happens, you know what I'm saying? So just move along and do what you gotta do. I went stir crazy for 2 weeks so in the house. Oh no, coaching was well, he started, but I couldn't do anything for 2 weeks. I just stay in the bed and don't do nothing. So for 2 weeks I was in the house and got my family crazy.
Like Weston, the coach like coaching this year.
He didn't want to do it.
Someone. And we are back here at the West Quad Center gearing up for the second half of Bulldog action. Right now the Bulldogs hold a 43-31 lead over the Baruch Bearcats. It's been a great game so far. Pat, what are your thoughts heading into the second half?
Finish. That's the word for the Brooklyn Bulldogs, finish. You got to finish what you start. You got to finish on the defensive end. You got to finish your layups. You got to finish on the offensive boards. You got to finish everything that you do. And what you got to do off of Brooks' side is you got to spread the floor out, make Brooklyn work defensively to slow them down, and get your shooters the ball and put the ball in the basket.
Well, we're less than 30 seconds from the second half of Bulldogs action, but I'll raise your one word with two words: slow down. The Bulldogs have control of this game, and if they have a rush, they have a tendency to lose it. So right now the Bulldogs need to slow down and finish. We're going to get you right back to the Bulldogs action right now.
Right now, as the teams are coming back on the court, getting ready to start the second half, Brooklyn calling to a 12-point lead, 43-31. The lineup for the Bulldogs is Pena, George, Mugen, Shamat, and Henshin. For Baruch, it's Snyder, Ibohawk, Jenko, Spahu, and Rivera. And Brooklyn's going to start with the ball to start the second half. Pena's going to take the ball, top of the key. Over to George. Back to Pena, top of the key. Now she gives to George on the wing. And now they're going 1-3-1. Mugen for three. Bang! She starts off where she left off, and she knocks down the three.
Right back where we started for Mugen. No such thing as cooling off during the break. And we notice Brooklyn not using the full court press.
And almost stolen. And this time George gets to Pena. Pena now. Layup. And she finishes.
It's like deja vu. George with a quick steal, Mugen with a quick three. It's like the first half all over again, and good things are coming for the Bulldogs.
And George again pressuring Jenko on the ball. Snyder now has it. Back to Jenko. Jenko again guarded by George. Now she goes down to the block. Now back to the top of the key with Snyder. Snyder to Spahu. And, that's going to be a foul on Pena. Not a good job right there by Pena.
Need to be careful not to be too aggressive if the Bulldogs, we talked about this in the first half. You don't want to get yourselves into foul trouble, especially if it's unnecessary with a lead like this.
Exactly, and Pena, that's her second foul, first of the team in the third quarter. Inbound and waiting. Now gets it to the corner for Snyder for three. No good, air ball. Jamat has it. Up to wide open George. And from behind, knocked away by Snyder. But George slowed it down so she could finish, but a good job by the defense getting back.
Absolutely, and she finally slowed it down, but you can't have eyes in the back of your head as much as players try.
So inbound is going to be Pena under the basket. And, it's going to be a backcourt violation. No, it's not, as Jenko picks it up. Gets it to under the basket. Snyder gets it to Spahu, drives into the lane, gets it to Rivera. Back to Spahu, pulls it back out. Jenko for three, no good. Rebounded by nobody. It's knocked out of bounds by Rook. It's going to be Brooklyn ball.
Well, the Bulldogs are lucky they didn't make him pay for that turnover there. I know everyone thought it was a backcourt violation, but if you see one blue jersey running towards that ball, then you need 5 white jerseys running towards that ball.
Exactly. So coming in is number 2, Zerpolo for Snyder for Baruch. Pena now coming on to the left side at the wing. Top of the key to George. George swings to Mugen. Mugen for three, no good. Rebounded by Zerpolo. Now she's going to turn and run. Now she gets it down, and in and out of the hands of Ibohawk. It's going to be a turnover. Brooklyn's going to get the ball 48-31. 8 minutes, 10 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
The Bulldogs are going for the finish early in this second half.
And Jamat has it. Oh, she's fouled from behind by, is it number 15? Yes, it is. It's number 15. That's Iwahop. That's her first foul.
And we see the Bulldogs using their size advantage to really bully Baruch down low. Yeah, they're going to make them earn it at the line, but if they can make those free throws, they can do this all night.
And Jamat's going to shoot her first 2 free throws of the game. First shot's no good. Got one more coming. And misses both of them. Rebounded by Jenko. Gets it to Zapolo. Back to Spahu. Spahu off the dribble. Now doubled. Over to Ibrahim. She puts it up, no good, and rebounded by Henshin. Henshin now brings the ball down the right side. Oh, what a pick the pocket by Spahu. Now she's going to drive the court. Good job by Jamat standing her ground, taking the ball away.
Going blow for blow on defense there.
But she lost the ball out of bounds, but still great job by Jamat going one-on-one with Spahu, denying her access to the basket.
Never give up on a play.
So Spahu's going to inbound. Full 30 on the shot clock. Gets it to Snyder, who's back in the game. Snyder now brings it up, swings it over to Zappola. Zappola down to Rivera. Rivera up and in.
Not sure what happened there on the for the Bulldogs. Wide open was Rivera.
Pena to George. George goes baseline, pulls it back out, back to Pena. Pena down low to Jamat. Jamat spin move, puts it up, no good, and taken by Rivera on the rebound. Up to Spahu, puts it up, no good. Mugen with the rebound. Baseball pass to George. And there's a yoke on the shoulder and a foul by number 40. If that's Rivera, that's number 4 on Rivera.
Mugen playing the cutoff, playing the outfielder there. George playing the cutoff man.
Taylor George to shoot 2. She makes the first one. And she hits the second one. So inbound now, it's Bahu over to Snyder. Snyder guarded by Pena. And now back to Jenko. Jenko to Snyder, top of the key, over to Zapolo. Driven down the baseline, puts it up, no good, rebounded by Jamat. Jamat finding room, gets it over to Mugen. Mugen spots up, cross court to George, wide open for 3. Bang!
Oh, wow, what great vision there by Mugen. And way to go for George, Ray taking her time, setting her feet, and planting that three-pointer.
And now Spahu comes right back down. Nice move. Oh, stolen by Mugen! Up to Payne. George! George slows it up, puts it up, and
There he
in!
goes, and the Bulldogs have officially blown the doors off of this game, up by 22 with 6 minutes left in the third quarter.
And guess what? They've done both things. They've slowed it down, and they've finished.
Exactly. That's pretty easy when we're standing all the way up here, right?
Of course it is. Great prognosticators are we, aren't you? But, hey, listen, when you watch the game and you see how this team plays and you know their strengths and you know what they want to do, it's very easy to see from up here what they want to establish, and they've done exactly what they want to do coming out in the third quarter. They want to establish their run the game. They want to slow it down, get the defensive intensity up. They've only given up 2 points in 4 minutes. What more can you want?
And no full court press.
And no full court press.
So the formula is working for the Bulldogs, proving how multifaceted they are as a team on both ends of the floor, looking like CUNYAC champions.
They're on a 10-0 run in the last 2 minutes. 6 minutes, 17 seconds left to go in the third. And they are up by 22. 55-33. And this is a little similar to what happened at Baruch in the third quarter, where Brooklyn College just started running away with it. They did the exact same thing in the third quarter. And here comes the full court press. Let's see if Baruch can break it as easy as he did in the first quarter. Now Spahu has it. And they break it, comes down, and gets it to Zipolo, and she misses, but rebounded by Pena.
And they have
gets
the
it
advantage.
Up to Mugen. Mugen misses. And we're going to see it's going to be Brooklyn ball. Mugen tried the scoop shot, missed. Pena tried to get the rebound off of Baruch. Pena's going to inbounds it to George. George on the baseline. Gets it back up to Pena, top of the key. Over to Espino on the wing. Back to Pena, top of the key. Over to George. George for three. No good. Air ball. Jamat puts it up. No good. Gets her own rebound. Puts it up again and in.
Persistent power there by Jamat, using the size advantage to get that finish. High percentage shots all night long for Jamat.
Espino now on Spahu. Spahu brings it all the way across the court. Now gets it to Jenko. Jenko grounded by George. Top of the key. Now she takes George off the dribble. Gets it over to Snyder for two. They call that a two, and that's good for Baruch. George now in the wing. Gets it over to Pena. Pena to Jamat. Jamat in the paint. Gets it back out to Pena. Pena over to George. George goes baseline. Puts it up. And in.
What a great fake by George. We've been seeing her do that all night, and they've been biting on her all night.
59-35, 4 minutes and 50 seconds left to go. Now is Spahu, puts it up, and no good. Rebounded by Mugen. Mugen now brings it up court. Now they're going to leave her open. She gets to the Pena. Pena pulls it back to Mugen. Mugen for three. No good. And it's going to be a foul. And 3 foul shots coming for Alexandra Mugen.
Mugen has been a nightmare on the perimeter, using her superior length to shoot over her defenders.
Nightmare on Bedford Avenue. So 3 shots for Alexandra Mugen, the 1,000-point career scorer. She knocks down the first.
You know, they say you can teach skill, but you can't teach height, you can't teach length. And right now, Baruch can't defend it either.
Knocks down the second one. And now Hanchin comes in, and Trombone comes in for Pena and Jamat. One more shot for Mugen.
Oh, and then an offensive rebound for Brooklyn.
Rebound. Hanchin gets it to Mugen. To Trombone, to George. George to Espina. Espina for 3. No good. Rebounded by number 12. That is Mishi. Mishi gets it up to Spahu. Spahu trying to go around Espina, but good job by Espina, playing great defense. Not letting it get anywhere. Now that is Mishi. Mishi now trying to go baseline. Gets it to Spahu. Spahu in the paint, puts it up. No good. Rebounded by Snyder. Jenko puts it up, and she misses, and rebounded by Trombone. Good job.
Not one, but 2 desperation shots there by Baruch.
Cross court to Espina. Espina drives, puts it up. No good. Rebounded by Mishi. Mishi now pulls it down, brings it up slowly. On the right side, guarded by Trombone. Mishi and Trombone, top of the key. Gets it to Zipolo. Zipolo to Jenko. Jenko guarded by George. Now back to Spahu. Now to Rivera, guarded by Hanchin. Hands in the face. Now to Zipolo. Zipolo goes, drives it, kicks it out to Spahu. No good. Rebounded by Hanchin. Hanchin now brings it up down the right side. She's still going. Pulls up, gets it to George. George for 3. Bang!
George having herself a game here tonight. About 7 steals and a few threes to go along with it.
And hounded again by George is Jenko. Jenko trying to get away from George, can't do it, gets it to Michi. Michi drives on Trombone and tripped. And it's getting by Hanchin. Hanchin trying, and we got to travel. Yes, indeed. She rolled her both knees, so She was trying to find somebody to pass it to, but she rolled, and now we got massive substitutions for Brooklyn. You have Tiffany Long, Kelly Teitler, and number 20, that is Ardita Shaptafovic.
Espini almost fell into a steal there.
And now Michi gets it in the corner. Pulls it back up to 15, Ibohop. Ibohop to Spaho. And she's tripped up by, let's see if that's Henshin or Luong. Henshin. Oh, nope, they give it the 35 title. That's a second. So Brooklyn holding a 64-35 advantage with 2:45 left to go in the third quarter. Ibohop over to Michi. Michi got it by Luong. Inside the paint. Over to Jenko. Jenko and stolen. Got it to Tiffany Luong. Tiffany Luong gets fouled by Spahu.
Brooklyn doing a great job of keeping the pressure on Baruch despite the big lead. No win comes easy. And I'm sure the Bulldogs know that.
So now inbound is going to be number 20, Shaptafovic. And now Trembone has it. Goes inside the paint. Over to Teitler. Teitler. Oh, bad pass. Spahu's going for the layup, and she puts it up and in.
Teitler telegraphed that pass, looked right at her teammate who she was passing it to, made it pretty easy for the defense.
Yep. Easy steal and basket. Trembone now has it. 64-37, 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Trembone puts it up, and no good, but gets her own rebound, pulls it back out. And we got a timeout called by Coach Lang. The first timeout he's called the whole game.
Yeah, and I think that was, we've seen the first couple of possessions where the Bulldogs haven't been playing game plan ball. They have a big lead. They're kind of free balling out there, but we know Coach Lang, he doesn't want that.
No, he doesn't.
He wants them to stay with the system, stay with the plan, and that's why this team is a championship team, and he wants them to keep playing like it despite the big lead.
Right, he doesn't want them to get into a false sense of security even though you have a big lead. He wants them to continue to execute because you get into bad habits when you get big leads and you start taking advantage of things that you shouldn't be, and you should be doing the fundamentals of basketball, which Coach Lang is a very starch stickler for.
That is exactly the case, and he's created a great team because of that philosophy, constantly reminding his team no win comes easy, take nothing for granted.
That's why he had the non-conference schedule that he did in the beginning of the season. He wanted to get prepared mentally, physically, and emotionally to dip this second championship underway. So now it goes to Tiffany Luong, top of the key. Now she drives. Off the dribble. Oh, stolen!
She tried to dump it.
Now it's Spahu goes and puts it up and no good. Rebounded by Hanchin. Gets it over to Trembone. Trembone now brings it down. And she traveled. I saw that. She tried to stop, foot slipped, and referee was right there. Sometimes you get into a bad spot where your foot just can't stop.
That is exactly the case. You know, that's the human error part of this great game that we play.
Brooklyn's now in the 2-3 zone, switching up the defense again. Michi on the corner, inside the Spahu. Now to Zappolo. Back to Michi for three. No good. Long rebound. Teitler has it, gets it to Trembone.
3 Bulldogs on that rebound.
Trembone puts it up. 1 minute, 10 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Trembone still dribbling, gets it over to Hanchin under the basket, misses, but Teitler has it, puts it up, no good.
That was a rough shot by Teitler. They had a new shot clock, pass it out, reset the offense. Long tries to draw a charge and succeeds.
She does. Tiffany Luong gets the charge call.
We love those plays. Those are the plays that don't show up on the stat sheet. They mean so much to the flow of a game. Those gritty moments, those gritty plays.
Yes, indeed. And now Baruch with a full court press. And now Shaptafovic, and we have a timeout by Coach Lang. He didn't like that they were not ready for the full court press. All right, we had a little technical difficulty there, but they got it straightened out. So with 51.3 seconds left to go in the third quarter, 64-37, Brooklyn College up. A big third quarter explosion, and helped by the defensive pressure and offensive efficiency by the Brooklyn College Bulldogs has led to this big lead.
Exactly. Now all the Bulldogs need to do is to squeeze this game out, squeeze out the clock, milk every possession, and we're close to a Bulldogs win. You know, we don't want to jinx anything, but the way they've been playing and the way Coach Lang has stayed on top of his players despite the big lead, hard to imagine them giving this up.
So Baruch comes out in the full court press again and gets it to Hanchin. Hanchin now guarded by Zappolo. Gets it to Trembone. Trembone guarded by Mishi. Takes her off the dribble. And
Great
gets it over to Shaptovich. Gets it over to Tiffany Wong. Drives, puts it up, and in!
Great finish there by Luong.
Her first basket of the night. And now Jenko for three, and she hits! Wide open, you knocked that down. There was nobody in her face. So 17 seconds left to go. 26-point lead, 66-40. 10 seconds. 8, 7, Trembone, and knocked away by Snyder with 4.6 seconds left to go in the third quarter. So, 4 seconds.
Luong with 4 seconds.
3, 2, Luong puts it up, no good.
Directly by the rim.
But at the end of the third quarter, it's 66-40. Brooklyn College up, and a big third quarter by the Bulldogs.
And we are 10 minutes away from what should be a Bulldogs win against Baruch. This rivalry has spanned many years, a lot of history between these two teams, and tonight the Bulldogs looking to get a measure, what do we want to call it, revenge, or whatever you want to call it.
Payback.
Something, a win. Most importantly, the Bulldogs looking to get another win here tonight, make it 3 in a row, which is always a great feeling and great for team morale.
Yes, it is, and they hold on to the second spot in the CUNYAC Women's Conference, right behind Hunter. Ladies and gentlemen, just want to let you know that following this game is the second game between the Brooklyn Bulldogs and the Baruch Bearcats. It's the men going to take place, as the first place Baruch Bearcats will be taking on the Bulldogs.
Now there's a main event for you.
It'll be Jonathan Parente and myself, play-by-play and color. About 20-25 minutes after the conclusion of the women's game. And the third quarter, the Brooklyn College Bulldogs outscored Baruch 23-9.
There we go. All the product of slowing down.
So now over to Jenko. Jenko to Michi. Michi to Jenko. Jenko over to Snyder. 3-point miss, no good. Tightler with the rebound to Pena. Pena now bringing the ball up court. Gets it over to Shaptovich, to Hanchin. Hanchin up and in.
Great finish, great arc on that hook shot.
So now down low to Snyder. Snyder up to Jenko. Jenko to Michi. Michi to Snyder. Snyder, no good. Rebound by Shaptovich. Shaptovich to Pena. Pena brings it to the middle of the court. Now she moves Georges to the round. Now she sets up Hanchin to pick. Now gets to Hanchin. Hanchin turns, puts it up, left-handed, no good. Rebounded by Jenko. Jenko now brings it up, gets it to Michi. Michi back to Jenko. Jenko to Snyder. Snyder back to Jenko. Jenko to Michi. Michi over to Snyder. Snyder all the way back to Jenko. Jenko top of the key, has nobody to give it to. Gets it to Spahu. Spahu for Michi for three. No good. Long rebound. Rebounded by Pena. Pena now bringing the ball up. Gets it to George. George to Hanchin. Hanchin turns, spins, shoots, misses. Tyler puts it up. No good. Tyler gets it up and puts up again. Misses.
Brooklyn wants to slow down those possessions. 8 minutes left in this game. Milk every possession.
And now going baseline to Snyder. Snyder, good for 3. Nope, they say for 2. They say it's a 2. So now Pena brings it up on the left wing. Goes down baseline, puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Snyder. Snyder now is going to push the issue. Nobody stopping the ball. And that was kind of a chintzy foul right there.
That's debatable.
Yeah.
It was a debatable call.
Yeah, they could have let that go. So now Hanchin gets the foul, but she comes out the game. So Mugen, Jamat, and Espina come back in as Hanchin picked up her first foul, first team foul of the fourth quarter. It's 68-42. 7:40 left to go in the game. Spahu now guarded by Espina, top of the key. And spin move into the paint. Step back, misses. Pena gets it. I'm sorry, Espina gets it.
Great defense there by Espina. Way to stop the shooter and get back there for the rebound.
Espina pulls it back, gets it back to Pena. Pena top of the key. And now Baruch's in a matchup. Man defense. George, what a move! To Jamas. Puts it reverse, missed it. But George gets the rebound, pulls it back out. And gets it to the top of the key again. Reset.
What a game for George thus far, huh?
Gets it to Pena. Pena now bring it down. 15 on the shot clock. And gets it to Jamat. Jamat at the low block. Foul line gets to Espina. Espina for 3. It's good!
There she goes. Big 3. May very well be the dagger in this game. Likely is the dagger in this game.
Snyder goes and puts it up and in. Snyder went right at Pena, put it right back in.
Another 3 for Espina.
Bang! Espina 2 for 2!
Espina says, I'm shutting the door on this game myself.
She said, okay, I'm going to show you my skill level from deep. And now it's Yi at the wing. Back up top to Jenko. Jenko to Mishi. Mishi guarded by Mugen. Gets it to Snyder. Snyder off the dribble. Hop step. Oh! 8 seconds left to go on the shot clock. And now Tiffany Luong comes in for Taylor George. And Rivera comes in for Mishi.
That's one of those morale killing blocks.
Oh, yes. 7 on the shot clock. Gets it to Jenko. I'm sorry, Spahu. 4 on the shot clock. 3, 2,
not paying attention to the shot clock.
And that's it. It's going to be a shot clock violation as Spahu did not know how much time was left on the shot clock.
That's got to be frustrating for the Bearcats. And the Bulldogs bring it up now. You got to wonder. I'd give it to Espina. Give her a heat check.
And they get it to Espina. Back to Pena. Pena over to Luong, drives baseline,
oh, wow.
puts it up and in!
What a great
Tiffany Luong with the move!
A few inches taller, she would have jammed that one home.
I'd like to see that. Tiffany Luong on Jenko, off the dribble, gets into the paint, and another behind, but they call a foul on Jamat. I think that's her first.
And how about Jamat tonight? She's been all reliable on the offensive and defensive end of the floor, utilizing her size and offensive skill set to be a safety valve for the Bulldogs all night.
And guess what? Jamat usually finds herself in foul trouble. That's her first foul of the game with 5:30 left to go in the fourth quarter. Great job by Jamat.
Other teams take note. Jamat can keep herself out of foul trouble. Uh-oh. Whole new weapon for the Bulldogs.
Rivera makes 1 of 2 from the free throw line. So now it's 76-45. 5 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in the game, and we got a stoppage of play. And we don't know why there's a stoppage of play.
Sure.
Not sure. And
might be a clock issue.
Okay.
It is a clock issue.
Yep.
They had to change the period. Now we're in the fourth period.
Okay, here we go. Jamat gets it to Pena. Pena now brings it up, gets it to Luong. Luong to Mugen. Mugen over to Espina. Espina fakes, gets it. Oh!
Oh!
And gets it to the right. What a great job by Luong. Gets it over to Pena. Pena over to Espina. Espina to Jamat. In the paint. Over to Mugen. Mugen for three.
Goodness gracious.
Bang from the moon.
Is this the Bulldogs or the Globetrotters? Are you kidding me? What a save by Luong. What a finish by Mugen.
And now Bulldogs are just doing what they need to do. Putting icing on the cake. 4:40 left to go in the game. They got a big lead.
What a sequence.
Nice move by Spahu. Puts it up and misses, but Jamat gets a rebound. Jamat now brings it up.
Jamat brings the ball up. Jack of all trades tonight.
Gives it to Pena. 4 minutes, 25 seconds left. Gets it to Jamat. Jamat back to Pena. Pena, top of the key. Pulls it back out. Gets it over to Speed number 3. No good, but running it down is Pena. She gets the offensive rebound. Pulls it back out. Going to run time off the clock again. Espina has it. Back to Mugen, top of the key. Over to Luong. Over to Juan to Pena. Pena for 3. No good. And we got a foul over the back by Mugen. That's her 3rd foul. Oh, no, they gave it to Espina. That's her 1st.
Well, the Bulldogs have really come to finish this game here in the 4th. All momentum on the Bulldog side.
4 minutes left to go, and you are exactly right, Austin. Now they get it to Zerpolo. Zerpolo back to Jenko. Jenko over to Mishi. Mishi over to Zerpolo, guarded by Espina. Back to Jenko, top of the key, over to Mishi. Mishi back, gets it over to Zerpolo. And to Yee, puts it up and in.
Well, that was a great ball movement there by Baruch.
Yes, it was.
Now we know here come the Bulldogs. Here comes Pena, slowly up the court, looking to milk every minute off of this clock. No need to rush possession. There's Espina passing up an open 3.
And we have a timeout by Coach Wang. He's like, what? He puts it. He's like, what are you doing?
A classic lay move up, almost 40 points on a team with 3 minutes left in the entire game. Doesn't like what he sees on the offense.
And he lets it be known.
Look at that.
Oh, if you can see the expression on his face, he was like, what are you doing?
If you can see the expressions on his players' faces, can we go home?
He's like, no, we got 3 months left. Oh, but it's a big lead for Brooklyn, 79-47.
I'll tell you, that's how champions are made, with moves like that, channeling his inner Greg Popovich.
Big 32-point lead. You can pretty much say this game is salted away for Brooklyn College. They're going to go to 11-2 in the CUNYAC, and the Bearcats are going to fall to 5-8. So Pena has it, top of the key. Titler in the game now. Back to Pena. Pena over to Espina. Espina for 3. No good. Rebound by Trembone. Pulls it back out.
Oh, a shot clock violation.
It did not hit the rim. Yes, shot clock violation. So number 20, Shaptovich comes in for number 2, Pena.
Three minutes left here in the 4th of an absolute rout by the Bulldogs of the Bearcats.
Over to Zerpolo. Over to Michi. Michi puts it up and in. Good ball movement there by Baruch toward the end of the game. And over to Espina. Espina cross court to Luong. Luong drives. Gets it to Shaptovich. Misses. Picks it up. Gets it over to Espina for 3. No good. Rebounded by Michi. Michi now going to push the issue. She slows it up. Gets it over to Zerpolo. Cross court to Yee. Yee to Michi. Michi breaks it into the paint and stolen by Shaptovich. Gets it over to Trembone. Trembone pulls it back.
Slows it up wisely.
Nice job. Trembone's going to hold. 20 seconds on the shot clock. 2 minutes to go in the game. Espina back to Trembone. Trembone over to Luong. Luong back to Trembone. Trembone to Tietler. Gets it over to Espina. Drives baseline. Puts it up. No good. We got a foul So Espina is going to go to the line to shoot 2.
1:51 left in the fourth quarter of this game. Bulldogs up 30 on the Bearcats. Espina at the line for 2.
First shot is up and good. Espina is going to shoot the second one. It's up. And it's good. So 1:50 left to go in the game. And almost stolen, but Michi gets it and throws it away.
I'll tell you, these Bulldogs just do not stop, do they? They just keep on going every steal as if it was the first quarter of the game.
And the Baruch head coach, he said, I'm going to call timeout.
Yeah, this is a morale boost. Practice an inbound play, practice something. Get some morale going for the team.
It's going to be nice. Hopefully we get to speak to Alexandra Mugen after the game, get her thoughts on collecting that 1,000 points in her career. But this is a well-rounded game for Brooklyn College. Salted away in that big third quarter, 23-9. They ran away with the game from there. And Baruch just did not have any answers for them once they got that motion going.
Well, those halftime adjustments are exactly what the Bulldogs needed. Coach Lang saw it, slow down, and finish. Total of 3 words changed the whole perplexity of this game.
Yes, it did. So 1:43 left to go in the game. Brooklyn College is going to inbound. You have Tyler, Luong, Shaptafovich, Trembone, and Espina on the floor. Check that. That's Anna Karan on the floor. Over to Shaptafovich. Shaptafovich to Trembone. Trembone to Shaptafovich for 3! No good. And
long, almost
rebounded by Baruch.
90 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And it is Zerpolo. Gets it up to Yee. Yee over to Michi. Michi to Rivera. Rivera over to Zerpolo. We got a foul on number 20, Shaptafovich, on number 3. And that is Ross. 1:16 left to go in the game. 81-49. Shots up and good by Ross. And she makes both. So 81-51. 1:10 left to go in the game.
Bulldogs now simply waiting for the buzzer to go off.
Shaptafovich to Luong. Luong to Shaptafovich for 3. No good. Rebound by Luong. Puts it up. No good. Rebound Tyler and in.
That was a great finish there by Tyler. I kind of wonder why they didn't just hold it. But I get it in the moment. I got to make a decision.
Yee down low to Michi. Michi kick ball on the floor. And Tyler gets it to Trombone, and that's just about it. 40 seconds left to go in the game. 25 on the shot clock. Trombone gets it over to Curran.
Some fancy handles there.
And swings it over to Shaptafovich. Shaptafovich to Trombone. Trombone to Curran. Curran drives. Baseline. And she traveled.
The shot clock is officially off.
Yep, 24.6 seconds, so this should be the last possession of the game. So they get it over to Yee. Yee to Michi. Michi to Zerpolo. Zerpolo to Yee. Yee to Michi. Michi to Zerpolo. 10 seconds, drive, baseline, puts it up and in! So 83-53, and that's going to be it. 7-6-5 is going to be the end of the game. The final score is going to be 83-53.
A great win here by the Bulldogs. This makes it 3 straight. Hold on to that number 2 spot.
Yes, indeed.
In Kudiak play, and most
behind
importantly,
Hunter.
right behind Hunter. Most importantly, this is great for team morale. And of course, we all got to witness history. Alexandra Mugen, 1,000 career points. It happened right here in the West Quad. Blink and you missed it because it happened within the first 5 minutes of the game.
Yes, it did. It was like a blitzkrieg.
It was. She knew 8 was the magic number, and she went for it.
It was nice seeing the celebration, all the teammates running on the court, hugging her, making a picture, taking a picture. The guy's nice big frame picture of her. They presented to her as she scored that point. But here's the thing. Brooklyn College now is 11-2. They're right behind Hunter, and they split with Hunter, one win apiece. So basically what Brooklyn wants to do now is finish the season strong. You got John Jay next. Then you got Medgar Evers. You want to finish with those 2 games. You want to finish it up, set yourself up in that number 2 seed going into the tournament, and then take care of business and win that back-to-back championship.
Exactly. It's all about consistency. It's all about grit. And most importantly, it's about taking no matchup for granted from this point on, including tonight. But from this point on, every game needs to be played like a playoff game.
Most definitely. And you got to have that mentality from now on, because you don't want to have a lull going into the tournament. You want to be peaking just at the right time. You want to have everything moving, everything flowing. Everybody's on the same page. Everybody's doing what they need to do, knowing what their role is, doing everything precisionally, fundamentally sound, so they can get that back-to-back championship.
Well, I'll tell you what, if we see the same Bulldogs that we saw here tonight in the tournament, I like their chances of going all the way and repeating as Kudiak champions.
Well, unofficially, I have Mugen with 23 points. I have George with 21 points. I have Espina with 18 points. I have Jamat with 8 points. So they did a great job of spreading the ball around, and just waiting to see who is going to come up and join us for the post-game interviews. Once again, you're listening to Brooklyn College Bulldogs on YouTube. I'm Pat Brown, along with my partner Austin Santiago. Brought you this great game between the Brooklyn College Bulldogs women team against the Baruch Bearcats. Final score was 83-53. And Austin, like you said at halftime, it was a 3-word adjustment, slow down, and finish, and they did exactly that.
Exactly, and with the help of some, well, the whole team is talented. I mean, worth noting, even in what was essentially garbage time, even in the fourth quarter, we saw every player on this Brooklyn Bulldogs team contribute in some way, all have a unique skill, all help the team win. I just want to go back. Of course, we saw Alexandra Mugen hit 1,000 career points. Sorry, I'm getting a little tongue-tied here. Hit 1,000 career points. But I want to talk about Taylor George and the night that she had. 7 steals and a pair of threes to go along with it. And speak of the devil, here's Taylor George alongside Alex Mugen.
Here we go. So we're going to have... Okay. Come on, Miss George. How you doing, Taylor?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, and Happy New Year to you. I haven't seen you in a while, but let's talk about the phenomenal play of this team. You guys suffered a bad loss against Hunter. Tell me, what was the team feeling after that loss and what you guys did to get back on the winning track?
Definitely that loss hurt a lot, as Hunter is a huge game for us and for conference standings. So going out and getting CSI very soon after that, I think gave us a big confidence boost. We really knew that that was a huge game for us, and going forward, it's going to be really good.
You're phenomenal. I think you're the epitome of what a Bulldog is. You hound the basketball. You had 7 steals tonight. You hit some huge threes late in the third, fourth quarter. I mean, tell me, how do you keep that energy going?
I think just knowing that my energy is reflective to my team. If I'm bringing energy, my team comes with energy, and I know that defense wins games. We know that as a team, defense wins games. So starting at the top of me guarding the point guard, I know that what I do carries over. So that pushes me to really just give it all and get my team going.
Well, unofficially, I got you with 21 points on tonight with those 7 steals, but a great game, and congratulations going into these next 2 games against John Jay and Medgar Evers. Thank you. Now we're going to bring in Miss Alexandra Mugen. Oh, the other way. There you go. Hello, Alexandra.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Let's slide over here and get in the camera. Are we good? We said all right. Okay, you know what the first question is. How does it feel to be the next 1,000-point career scorer in Brooklyn College history?
It feels crazy. I mean, as a freshman, I didn't expect me to be a 1,000-point scorer, and I mean, every year I have had amazing teammates who continually pass me the ball and have so much confidence in me, and they give me confidence in myself. So I just kept shooting. To be a 1,000-point scorer, it really hasn't hit me yet, but it feels great.
Walk me through after that shot goes in and your teammates run on the court and mob. What did that feel like? How was that?
It was crazy. It didn't feel real. I mean, their support is crazy. I mean, and then I saw my mom, and it made me tear up. My mom is just my biggest supporter. And then, you know, Kaylin, my other teammate, she's a great supporter of mine. She couldn't be here today, so I'm going to shout her out on a live stream because that's my girl, and I love her very much.
Cool.
But no, it was an amazing feeling, and I'm glad I got to do it today with my team at home.
At home, right?
At home,
exactly.
yeah.
I think you kind of planned it right. But let's talk about defending this CUNYAC title. What does that mean to you, and what does that mean to this whole team to defend that title?
I mean, it means a lot. I mean, this year has definitely been a lot different than our goal and our plan of last year, but that's totally fine. I mean, our end goal is to win a championship, but it's okay to definitely have a different strategy and a different plan to do it. We've lost a few more games than we did last year, but our intensity and our mind and our focus is still 100% there. So we just have to stay locked in and really work hard in practice and really buy into what coach is saying and just be the best that we can and make mistakes and then just capitalize off of their mistakes as well.
Well, thank you very much, Alexander, and
Thank
congratulations
you.
again.
Thank you so
1,000-point
much.
score, and
Thank
keep
you.
on shooting the way you're shooting.
I'll try my best.
All right. Now we're going to have the head coach come in, Coach Lang. How you doing, Coach?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good to see you again.
You too.
It's been a while, but
Yes.
I've been watching you guys play. I'll ask you the same question I asked Taylor George. Coming off that loss with Hunter, what did you go into the locker room saying after that game to get them refocused to get this last push to going into the tournament?
Yeah, you know, we were upset with the result, obviously. I didn't think we played our best basketball. I don't think there was one thing in particular we talked about, but obviously we have a team that knows how to win. We won a championship last year. The core of our team has returned. So, you know, the team's highly motivated to continue to do well and to do well in the postseason.
You guys, myself and Austin, we were just admiring. It didn't matter who you had on the court. It didn't matter what the score was on the scoreboard. You guys get after it. You don't take any time off. You don't take any play off. You guys hustle all the time. You work hard all the time. What does that mean for this team and what you want to bring to the table?
Yeah, we try to. I mean, it's one thing, as a coach, I really try to instill in my team to constantly play hard, keep pushing the ball. And, you know, it's been our thing. You know, it stands out to us when we're not doing those things. So, you know, as a team, we try to emulate to be that good every night and to never let up. And some of our leaders have really done a great job in instilling that and really, you know, setting the example. And when your best players play hard night in, night out, it's easy for the entire team to have that same sort of attitude toward playing.
Well, I'm sure you are happy that you have a deep bench now instead of having that short bench. I'm sure that helps in your strategy and help keeping players fresh. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Alexandra Mugen, 1,000 points career. Yeah. How does that feel to coach that extraordinary young woman?
Yeah, it's been great. You know, coaching her for 4 years has been awesome. She's really a great person. And, you know, she's been easy to coach because she really tries to do whatever you ask her to do, and she works really hard. She's obviously a tremendous shooter. She's always been that kind of shooter since I saw her play in high school. And, you know, I never know what a player is going to be coming out of high school or transferring or whatever the situation is. But I do know that, you know, she's a tremendous talent, and we're lucky to have had her for 4 years. And you know, she's been a player who's helped us win a lot of games. has accepted whatever her role has been, and it's great to see her with 1,000 points. She definitely deserves it.
Well, Coach, thank you very much. Going into your last 2 games of the season and getting yourself in position for that tournament to defend that title. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much. All right, thank you.
Okay. I'm going to bring my partner back in, Austin Santiago. Going to wrap this up. So, 83-53, great, exciting game. Coach said that's what he wants to instill in his players. You don't take anything off. If your big-time players are playing hard, it's going to trickle down to the rest of the team. Everybody's going to play hard, and that's exactly what we saw tonight.
Exactly. We saw an all-around team game by the Brooklyn Bulldogs, and most importantly, we saw an all-around team win. It's a great night to be a Bulldogs fan here, and we still have another action-packed game to go.
Yes,
as
we
the
do.
men's are warming up right in front of us now. Baruch and Brooklyn. This rivalry lives on tonight.
Yes, it
here
is.
at the West Quad.
And Baruch is coming in. They're the #1 team in the CUNYAC in the men's conference. So Brooklyn College got their work cut out for them to take it here at West Quad Gymnasium. So, again, you're listening to Brooklyn College Bulldogs on YouTube. The final score, Brooklyn College Bulldogs 83, the Baruch Bearcats 53. I am Pat Brown, along with my partner Austin Santiago, saying good night and have a great time. And stay tuned in the next 10-15 minutes as we'll have the men's basketball team against the Baruch Bearcats as well. Thank you.